Okay, so we're going to integrate here. So with the first one, you just need to appreciate that you've got a square root. So when you've got a square root, you need to write it as a power half. Okay, so we've got a function of a function here, haven't we? Okay, because the outside function is square rooting the inside function of 7x minus 9. Okay, so function of square root acting on this. So the simple rule is, okay, when you've got a linear sort of expression in here, okay, you just raise that power by 1. So you get a 3 over 2. Okay, so add 1 to it. Divide then by that new power, 3 over 2, and times it by then the derivative inside the bracket, which is just 7, plus then c. Okay, so when I work this out on the bottom, I'll get 21 over 2. 21 over 2, so you flip the fraction then. So you get that, yeah? Because 21 over 2 on the bottom, just take 2 up. Job done. Okay, with the second one, we've got e to the power x over 6. And remember, e stays the same when you integrate it, just as it stays the same when you differentiate it. But you've got to divide then, remember, by the power, right? So this is kind of like the opposite of differentiating it. When you differentiate, you times by the derivative of the power, and now you've got to divide by the derivative of the power, so you get 1 over 6 there, don't you? Okay, plus c, and don't forget then the 6 then, because there's a fraction on the bottom, can flip up to the top, so you get 6e to the x over 6 plus c. Okay, so the third one then, just remember with the third one, it's linear on the bottom. Now if you were to take this up, power minus 1, that method here just won't work, remember? So when it's linear on the bottom, when you integrate it, it becomes a logarithmic function, okay? So you use ln, and simple rule is whatever's on the top here, you write here, and if there's a number in front of the x here, there is, you write on the bottom, so you get 4 over 5, 4/5 ln then of what's on the bottom, plus then c, okay? So then we're on to b. So with b, integral between 2 and 4 of this. So remember then you is it cubed on the bottom? Yeah. Remember then because it's cubed on the bottom, you can take it up. Minus 3 between 2 and 4. And then we're going to integrate it. So when you integrate it then, remember you add a power to it. So add the power to minus 3, I get minus 2. Okay. And then divide by that new power, minus 2, times by the derivative in there, which is 3. So I've got my limits there between 4 and 2. Okay. So this simplifies them. Well, you've got 8 there, and you've got minus 6 there. Okay. And you could take that power down as well. So I get, so 8 on the top, 6 on the bottom. Well, 8 and 6 becomes 4/3, doesn't it? 8 over 6 becomes 4/3. So 4 on the top, 3 on the bottom, 3x minus 4 squared. And don't forget the minus as well, between 4 and 2. So we'll chuck 4 in, and we'll chuck 2 in. Don't forget the minus. So we take away then, when you chuck then in 2. So we get our answer then when we work this out. So you can do all this in one go if you want. Okay. Maybe I'll take my time on this here. So the first term I'll have 1 over 48 I've got there. Okay. Then we've got minus, and then let's put minus there. So let's see what this becomes. 4. So I get then third on the bottom. So it's quite simply then, you just got to work that out then. So minus 1 over 48 minus then a third, or plus 1/3 it becomes, wouldn't it? And you get 5 over 16 as your final answer.